Ah, Mr. Martin. Happy New Year.
It's getting there slowly but surely.
Yes. As you can see, I'm with the customer, but if you would care to wait for a few moments.
No hurry.
Oh, well, thank you. That's very kind of you. That engagement ring you ordered should be ready. I'll go and get it.
Happy New Year.
Out with the old, in with the new, huh? Brooke's ring is barely off her finger. And here you are, ready to give Dixie a new one.
So, Myrtle, what's your return policy on bringing back unused party dresses?
The dress she said was to die for?
Well, it's not worth the sacrifice. I appreciate your help, really, in picking it out.
Honey, it's no trouble, but I hate to think of this gorgeous thing all alone on New Year's Eve.
Well, I'll know how it feels.
Look, do you want to change your mind? I mean, with your color and this dress, it's a marriage made in heaven.
Oh, Myrtle, this is a dress to wear to a party, you know. Swirl around a dance floor filled with people, and New Year's Eve is going to be very different for me this year.
I'll go and take this off your account, okay?
I really want to apologize. I'm so sorry for everything that... I know this is sounding really lame. Oh, limping right along. It's just that if anybody had ever told me that Tad and I would... I never thought that we ever had a chance to get back together. Oh, and now you're a believer. We never planned anything. It just happened. Oh, I feel so much better, Dixie, knowing that the cheating was not premeditated. He always was thinking of you, okay? He never meant to hurt you. Really? Thinking of me? Alone with you at Napa over champagne and caviar at Nexus, or heeding the call of the wild up north, he was thinking of me? It must have been very awkward for you, especially in bed. All I'm trying to say is how much I regret how much we've hurt you. Spare me the phony sympathy. If there's anything I can't stand, it's a sore winner. Nobody's the winner here, okay? Especially when there's children involved. Oh, well, I think children's welfare was the last thing that you were thinking about when you lied to your son. He caught my husband kissing you, not Ted. But then I guess lying comes easily to you, doesn't it? I mean, you lied to me at the airport when I saw you, and you told me that you were in love with Ted and you were going to accept his marriage proposal. Look, I made mistakes, all right? If you want to count how many, you could probably fill a book with them. I'm just saying, I was hoping that we could be civilized about this. You have my husband, and now you're going to be my etiquette coach? Uh-huh. Just don't expect me to smile and curtsy on the way out. I understand why you resent me. Dixie, I don't want your understanding or your sympathy, all right? So just save your mealy-mouthed routine. I just want to apologize for what it's worth. For what it's worth? I don't know. What is it worth? You tell me. What is the going rate for apologies from self-serving hypocrites these days? I have just agonized over all I've wanted to say to you, to try to explain this to you and how it happened. Well, it's funny, you know, because I didn't get any message at Tempo or on my answering machine. I guess your letter of apology got lost in the mail, right? Poor Dixie, wandering around, consumed with regret on the off chance that you might run into me. Who do you think you're kidding? You never wanted to run into me ever the rest of your life. You have been avoiding me, and you know why? Because deep down, you know that what you and my husband did was wrong and selfish and disgusting. I just thought it would be good if we all took some time to calm down and see where we stood. I know exactly where I stand. I stand alone with my son, and you're with Ted. I feel like some sort of insurance ad, you know, where they remove the husband from the picture, and all of a sudden the wife is left there with this stupid grin on her face. Obviously, I made a mistake, okay? You obviously need more time. What is that, the time that heals all wounds? Is this my Christmas present, Dixie? It certainly was sensitive and compassionate of you. I could have used this feeling a little earlier, like maybe around Thanksgiving, when I had to tell my son why his father couldn't be with us to carve the turkey or offer a prayer of thanks. Or all those nights I tucked him in, and he would ask me where his father was, and I would have to tell him that his father was busy, was working. My son and I, we were both innocent and trusting, and we believed that his father, my husband, was a man of his word. So when he asked me where his father was, I would tell him, Daddy is busy. Daddy works so hard. Oh, he was busy, all right, wasn't he? And he was working really hard, so I wouldn't find out with whom. I made mistakes, all right? I've hurt people that I didn't mean to hurt. I lied. But you can't stand there and play the sainted martyr with me, Brooke. Not after a little trick you tried to pull. You were sleeping with a married man, and you knew his wife, and you knew his child, and you pretended you were my friend. You, Miss Pure, honest, and honorable, tried to trick your husband into having another baby.
So, big plans, you and Dixie New Year's?
You gonna flash your bride-to-be around the town for Auld Lang Syne? We'll probably be spending a quiet evening at home.
Oh, it's no fair. The town deserves a show. The Dixie Tad reunion. It's like Romeo and Juliet. You know, I see you on a float in the village square.
I think we'll pass.
You know, you are some twisted piece of work. You had us all fooled. Remember that day that I came by and said, I'm gonna back off, let you and Brooke be together? We even shook hands on it. You were sleeping with Dixie even then, weren't you?
I don't think that I'm gonna get into this.
You know what the best part is? The best part is when you forgave Brooke for what didn't go down at Willow Lake. You sanctimonious sacker. You know, there was nothing to forgive. But no wonder you had reason to do that, because you had your cake at home and you had a snack on the side.
What do you want me to say, Edmund? Huh? I know what I did to Brooke was awful. I'm not denying it. By trying to spare her a lot of pain, I prolonged everybody's misery. It was a big mistake.
You had a marriage contract, 50-50, down the line. Till you read the fine print, right? You get all the fun. Brooke gets all the guilt. You get Dixie, Brooke gets rejected. You get a baby. You get a son from Brooke. She gets nothing but grief. 50-50? Hardly. If you ask me...
I'm not asking
If you ask me, Brooke is well out of it. Yes. Brooke is such a class act. She won't even tear you down from the stupid pedestal that Jamie's put you on.
So what are you saying, Edmund? I'm not going to be taking home any medals for Father of the Year or husband? That's okay. See, I think I can live with that. The important thing is everything is out in the open. Everybody's trying to deal with it and get on with their lives, all right?
Yeah. Life goes on for you. What about Brooke? Huh? What about the woman whose faith and confidence you trashed? Do you know how many nights she's alone, beating herself up, wondering why, how, what did I do to drive Tad away? She beats herself and blames herself, and you let her. Now, how is that woman going to begin to get back what you took from her?
You know something? You've been ranting for, I'd say the last 3 minutes. And every sentence, every thought begins with the word Brooke.
So
let me ask you a question. If Brooke matters that much to you, then what the hell are you doing here picking out a wedding band for somebody else?
Thank you very much, Mr. Martin.
Thank you.
Look, you don't get off the hot seat that easy. My history with Brooke is irrelevant here. All right? You abused her.
No. What's relevant is you're still in love with her. Hell, 3 months ago, she said the word, you would have run away with her.
Well, a lot's changed in 3 months.
Not that much. Not that quick. Once upon a not-so-distant time, you were prepared to throw your entire future up for grabs just to be with her. And by now, the entire town knows that Brooke made a mistake by turning you down. But you're in a unique position, whether you know it or not. You can undo all that damage. You got one chance at happily ever after. If I were you, I'd take it.
You are talking through your hat.
Brooke made a mistake choosing me. We both know it. And I made an even bigger mistake by marrying her in the first place.
And why did you do it?
For 100 reasons, Edmund. One of which I will never regret. Jamie, my son. The woman gave me a son. She's the mother of my child. All the pieces seem to fit.
Did you ever love her?
I still do. But nowhere near as intensely as you do. Oh, sure, for a long time I tried to convince myself that things were different. You know, that I was the one and only. But you know what they say. Wishing doesn't make it so. Deep down, I knew I was lying to myself. That Brooke was my second best. And the only reason I don't hate myself completely right now is that deep down, in truth, I know that I was her second best, next to you.
Doing a tap dance just to justify you walking out on your wife and your kid
spelling
on
out
Christmas.
the error of my ways so you don't make the same stupid mistake. Do yourself a favor, Edmund. Don't ever settle for number 2. Life is too short. If you love Brooke, you really love her, admit it. And then do everything you can, move heaven and earth to get her.
How dare you question my wanting another child?
Tad doesn't want one. So you decided to trick your husband into getting you pregnant.
I loved Ted. And I saw him drifting further and further away every day. And I didn't, for the life of me, have any reason why. And I was blaming myself. And all the time, I should have been blaming you, shouldn't I? And you're going to stand there? And you're going to blame me for trying to save my marriage and have another child? All the time, I guess I should have realized that you'd already ruined my marriage, huh?
I'm sorry, okay? I shouldn't have said that. I've stepped over the line, okay? But we have hurt each other enough. We've all made mistakes. Let's concentrate on forgiving each other and not fighting, okay?
Oh, you forgive me? What a relief.
That's not what I meant. There has been so much pain that has gone around. It would just add to it if we keep...
9 months from now, I had another boy or another girl that might distract Tad from his reason for living, i.e. you.
Well, since that's not going to happen, we don't have to discuss it, do we? I just hope that...
For what? World peace? Hugs and kisses for everybody?
Peace would be nice. For all our lives, for a change?
Well, be my guest. Wave your magic wand and click your heels 3 times together. And wake up on New Year's Eve day, conscience-free, and a string tied to the world around your finger. You know what, Dixie? You're not the only one whose wishes come true.
And what is that supposed to be?
What it means is, if you think that I'm walking away from this marriage empty-handed, think again.
Well, naturally, I don't think you're going to go away empty-handed. Tad's going to be very generous.
Oh, I'm not talking about alimony. I'm talking about something much more personal.
How personal?
Well, you can't get much more personal than my own child.
What do you mean?
Jamie. The only man in my life who's never let me down. What did you think I meant?
Well, I don't know. I guess it's none of my business, isn't it?
Well, that certainly is one point we agree on. Now, if this interrogation is over, I have things I need to do.
Just one more thing. You know, even if you were pregnant, it wouldn't make any difference between Tad and me.
You never know, do you? Oh, Maria. Come in. Feel free to talk about me after I've left. Happy New Year.
Are you okay? You look kind of pale. What did I just miss?
Well, whatever it was bound to happen sooner or later.
Care to expand on it?
Tad left Brooke.
Really?
Well, I told you he went to Canada to make up his mind. You and Edmund just assumed he was stringing me along for the ride.
Well, obviously we were wrong. When did all this happen?
Just before Christmas.
So this is old news, more or less.
Well, I assume the entire town knew by now. Not that I care about gossip. Just that Tad's decision has had a profound effect. Simplifying his life has complicated lots of others.
Oh, life lately has been nothing if not complex.
Well, I have to fly, so, Happy New Year to you and Edmund.
Happy New Year.
Brooke was livid. I offered her olive branches, and she smacked me with them.
Maybe you better give me the play-by-play.
Well, I'm a little ashamed to admit, I did confront her with trying to have, her trying to have a child without telling you.
What did she do?
Well, she walked out, of course. But she did say something that keeps sticking in my mind. Something about not leaving your marriage empty-handed?
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, I don't know. That's why I'm asking you. Ted, what if she lied? What if she's pregnant after all?
Brooke pregnant? No, it's not possible.
Oh, come on, Ted. What if she is? She said that she was talking about Jamie, but she had this look in her eye. What if she's pregnant and she just isn't telling anybody?
Dixie, listen. Look, I will admit, she did want to have another baby. She even went so far as to try, but...
And then you came back from Canada. You told her about us, and she told you that she wasn't expecting.
Right, period. End of story. That's
Not
it.
necessarily.
Dixie, come on. How could Brooke possibly lie about something like that? I mean, certain people can fudge certain things, but being pregnant? How long could she possibly think she could keep it a secret?
I don't know. Maybe she wasn't being logical. Maybe she's too hurt and angry to tell you the truth, that she is pregnant.
Listen, you gotta relax. I think we're just running around in circles here, okay? Now, I mean, I'm sure that the coming face-to-face with you was probably more than she could stand, that's all. Whatever she was talking about was not a new baby. I'm sure of it.
You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. I'm just letting my imagination get away with me. I mean, if I was in Brooke's place, having your husband leave you for another woman isn't exactly a self-esteem booster. So she's entitled to get a little of her own back, and if it's at my expense, I can handle it, right? Can I have you?
Yeah, you do. Let me kiss. Listen. Now, for a much-needed change of pace, how do you feel about getting dolled up in your Sunday best?
And?
Sitting here in the living room, ordering dinner in, and watching the ball drop. Times Square with Junior.
It's just my idea of heaven.